Gosh, it seems like there's a new controversy with every passing day, doesn't there? Today we'll be discussing the recent reveal/announcement of the Thundercats reboot to be aired on Cartoon Network, titled Thundercats Roar. It's being produced by this guy called Victor Courtwright, who, after a brief glance at his IMDb, doesn't really seem to have a whole lot to his name for someone who's been in the business since 2006. So it's safe to say that this is the first real important job in terms of animation in his entire career. It's quite a step up. I'm not the kind of person to begrudge someone their success, cause he has infinitely more views, likes, and dislikes on one unfortunate YouTube video than I have on my entire channel combined. Anyway, to get you up to speed, people are lambasting Thundercats Roar's animation style, dubbing it too simplistic, and comparing it to current rounds of cartoons currently airing on Cartoon Network. As someone who grew up watching Cartoon Network, simplistic art styles have always been a thing even as far back as the 90s. Shows on Cartoon Network back then, like Cow and Chicken, Ed, Edd n Eddy, and Samurai Jack, were all extraordinarily simple in terms of art style. Too many people are misguided on this subject, thinking that the new cartoons coming out recently, shows like Steven Universe, The Amazing World of Gumball, and OKKO, aren't as sophisticated in art style or story to what they grew up with. The only thing to differentiate the 90s cartoons and cartoons of today is that cartoons these days sometimes tackle deeper subject matter. This is because kids these days tend to be more mature and capable of understanding the underlying themes of the cartoons they watch compared to when you or I were kids. So if the art style and our story isn't the issue, then where does the heart of the problem lie? Personally, I think the trouble lies primarily in nostalgia. You'll notice that most of the people upset about this announcement are the 20 and 30 somethings that haven't learned to move on. Fact of the matter is, a lot of the folks that are pissed off about this just can't quite grasp or handle the fact that things like cartoons are no longer marketed towards them because they just aren't kids anymore. Combined with nostalgia thick enough to cut and the feeling of being left behind, that's a pretty potent lividity, and it shows in the Thundercats Roar announcement video's dislike to like ratio. Unfortunately, this is something that's been an issue for years, and Thundercats Roar isn't unique. Real talk, fellas, I totally get it. I watched Thundercats growing up too, and I also think Thundercats Roar looks like a train wreck moving in slow motion. But as someone who does a lot of reviewing, I've learned to approach things in an unbiased manner. By doing so, it's helped me realize that the only thing telling me Thundercats Roar looks like the bastard spawn from an orgy between OKKO, Thundercats, and Sloth from the Goonies is my nostalgia for the original series. Oh, no. Like you, I want to see a series I grew up with treated with respect because it was also part of my childhood. Even after all that, it's never fair to judge something by its cover. Instead of shitting all over it now, let's wait for it to come out in 2019 and judge it by its own merits. Anyway, if it turns out Thundercats Roar is as awful as we thought it would be, we can probably chalk it up to the weird radio waves Vincent Courtwright's fucking soy antenna picks up from whatever tofu nebula he originates from. Good lord, man, just cut that shit off your head. What's your thoughts on this whole debacle? Are you one of the many people frothing at the mouth in rage at this announcement? Or were you one of those unfortunate children who didn't get to experience the original Thundercats growing up, and so didn't have a crush on Cheetara? Drop a comment below, then hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Or join us on social media, links in the description below. Thanks for watching, see you soon.